he'd be quiet, right? So then I would drive clear to Tri-Cities just to see him a day earlier, right? That crazy? All right, let's call to order and let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Councilmember Hunt. Here. Councilmember Hunt.
You're muted.
He's like, I'm trying.
There we go. I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember Keller.
Excused.
Councilmember Seeger. Councilmember Pruitt. Here. Mayor.
Here. All right, action items, adopt ordinance 471, the floodplain.
Right. Amendments to Articles 1, 2, and 4 of the city's Community Development Code are necessary to integrate the 2024 update to the State of Oregon Model Flood Hazard Management Ordinance, a mandatory directive from state and federal agencies. The Planning Commission held a meeting on June 12th, 2025 on the proposed amendments to the floodplain code. The commission reviewed the amendments and agreed to move them forward for the council's review and consideration during public hearings. Council held a public hearing on June 23rd to also consider public input. The first reading of the ordinance was approved on July 14th. The ordinance is now in front of council for a second reading and adoption. Background on amendments to required floodplain regulations. As a result of judicial actions, FEMA was tasked with modifying National Flood Insurance Program implementation measures to ensure that development actions within floodplains result in no net loss to habitats. No net loss means mitigation of development impacts is provided on site within the same reach or in the same watershed. To remain participating in NFIP, the state is requiring jurisdictions to either 1, prohibit all new development within floodplains, 2, adopt regulations requiring extensive environmental reviews termed as biological option, or 3, adopt the 2024 model ordinance. Staff and the Planning Commission have determined that adopting the 2024 model ordinance is the least restrictive and least costly for both city and property owners. 2024 State of Oregon Model Flood Hazard Management Ordinance. The 2024 update to the State of Oregon Model Flood Hazard Management Ordinance has been prepared by the State of Oregon Department of Land Conservation and Development and reviewed and approved by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, Region 10. Adoption of the 2024 model ordinance will ensure the city remains compliant with the minimum standards for participation in the National Flood Insurance Program. The city must become compliant prior to July 22nd, 2025 to meet the deadline. An emergency clause for the immediate implementation is in the ordinance. Revised special flood zone area mapping. FEMA has developed new flood insurance rate maps that will become effective on July 22nd, 2025. The new regulations are required to adopt by reference these new maps. The city does not have the jurisdiction to amend these new maps. Updated references to these new maps are required to remain compliant with and within the NFIP. The city is split into 5 maps. All firms can be found on FEMA's Flood Map Service Center website. The ordinance was provided to council and the public 7 days prior to the meeting. This meets the requirements to read the ordinance by title only. Attached review is the ordinance. The city attorney and planner have reviewed and approved. So if there's no objection from any council members, I will now read the ordinance in title only. Okay. Ordinance number 471, an ordinance amending the Community Development Code to implement flood zone regulations that reflect the 2024 Oregon Model Floodplain Management Ordinance and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance number 471.
Second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. All right, adopt ordinance 471. The floodplain has passed. All yays and no nays. 4 of us.
Bernard's going to show up at 7, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay, motion to adjourn.
Okay.
All in favor say aye. Aye. All right, we're adjourned.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Pete.
Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.
When you're gonna sign that, I've got to change the date.
Okay, so,
You wanna wait for me to go get it?
well, you don't have to worry about tomorrow.